Hello, everybody. It has been an incredibly long time, and I thought I would try to get back into the swing of things by recording a Friday Reads. This is also a major attempt to accept that I may never have the camera that I want to shoot with, the lighting that I want to shoot with, the audio equipment that I want to shoot with, and the absolute perfect setup for me. That's one of the things that's been keeping me from making videos for a long time is this: I don't have the stuff that I need to do the stuff that I want. Like this little plug-in in the wall socket here, this bothers me. And I'm trying to ignore that completely and just make something. Ergo Friday Reads. So what am I reading this weekend? Well, I am reading The Black Poets, a new anthology edited by Dudley Randall. This features poetry and folk songs written by Black authors from before the Civil War era into, I think, up until the 1970s. But it is a fascinating collection. If you want to experience and gain an understanding of the sentiment that Black people had early in America's history and even into the Civil War era, you get a good understanding of the things that were on their mind. And even all the way up into the 60s and 70s, you're kind of seeing that the sentiment hasn't changed a lot. And that the reasons for that sentiment not changing are incredibly clear. From where we've been, where we've come from, and where we are now, this book is really, really good at tapping into the feelings and experiences of Black people in America. Another thing I'll be reading this weekend is the novella Finna by Nina Allan, and it is about two Swedish box store furniture workers who are in a relationship. I believe they're queer, and so one of them is non-binary, and one of them is female. So when they're in this furniture store, they discover that there's portals that lead to alternate realities. It looks to have a bit of an absurdist twist to it all, involving the back and forth between universes. It might even be a little bit Hitchhiker's Guide in its tone. Don't quote me on that. I haven't read it, so this is what I'm discovering is Finna by Nina Allan. Another thing I'll be reading this weekend is the Foundation, second part of the Foundation trilogy, Foundation and Empire by Isaac Asimov. Now, I'm going to try my hardest to get through this. I've been having a hard time with Asimov, and while he may be able to articulate the concept, i.e. that an empire falling, followed by thousands upon thousands of years of dark ages, or an intergalactic dark age, and warring could be shortened to only 1,000 years, along with the 3 laws of robotics, those concepts are rather iconic. But I find that instead of exploring those issues in an interesting way, these books are mostly conversations between people talking about the workings of it. But I need something with a bit more of a story, a bit more of a plot, and more established characters. And Asimov is not the best at creating characters that live as people. And when you read it, they don't emerge off the page as wonderful people, except for maybe Harry Seldon at the beginning. But I'm having a hard time connecting with this. And I might tell myself that I am good just to DNF it straight out, not finish it at all, because I need to get through more books. And if I can get through more books, that's only going to happen because I'm willing to put books I do not like down. I'm tired of reading books I don't like. I need to change that. I am going to try and read Foundation's Edge, not this weekend, but at some point, just because it did win a Hugo. And the last book I'll be diving into this weekend is A Memory Called Empire by Arkady Martine. Now, this is I believe it's an Aztec-influenced science fiction space opera. So a lot of the names and culture, it's from that standpoint, as if they've risen up and become a very imperious spacefaring culture. It's about Ambassador Mahit. She goes to the capital of the Teixcalaanli Empire in order to represent her colony, or the orbital space station meteor thing that she lives on. So Mahit has a digital copy of Iskander, the previous ambassador, embedded into her brain, and so that means she can draw upon his experiences and expertise in diplomacy and dealing with the Teixcalaanli Empire But the big problem is that the copy was made like 15, 20 years ago, and so she doesn't have all the information regarding current events and how the culture operates and the political things that they're going through. This is the last read that I've got for the BookTube SFF Awards that are happening. I tried reading a bunch of the other ones, and I'll talk about those in a later video. But this has been interesting because I thought this was going to be a heavier, denser read, that there would be a lot of terminology and names that I wasn't going to understand, but this is actually proving to be a very, 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 very fun novel. The characters are rather chipper and interesting. There's a lot of fun writing. The way that technology and this universe has been written and depicted is just fantastic so far. So I'm very excited to get through more of this this weekend. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be reading this weekend, and I hope that you guys have some wonderful reads set up as well. We will talk to you later. Have a good one.